Hi there. In this quick video we are going to unbox and take a look at this Huawei Super Charge car charger. So I'm not going to pretend I haven't opened up this thing. As you can see there, the warranty void seals are already opened, because I was extremely curious when I got this thing, and I was not at home to film it, so I needed to see what's inside here. So open this thing up. Obviously you need to first cut those. Already did on mine. Let's get this out of the box. Piano black. Hate it. I just hate piano black, but it is what it is. At least it's black for your car, because I wouldn't really like this thing to be white inside my car. 5 volt 1 amp for random devices that you might have, and 4.5 volts at 5 amps or 9 volts at 2 amps. And this thing, yeah, built like a brick. This actually sounds like a micro switch. Yeah, might be just a random noise, but sounds like a micro switch. I don't know why. Let's look a little bit better. I need to say this packaging looks premium. It genuinely looks premium. Feels nice. Anyway, let's continue. Normally we have this flapping here, but if you try to pull on it, only on it, it will not get out. So you somehow need to pull also on the other side, and yeah, that's I'm not sure, they didn't think that through. Anyway, 3 layers of foam, so they went to town on this thing. And we also get this cable, which, let me take a look at it. Yep, it's the, what color is this? Purple? Yeah, I think it's purple. The purple 5 amp Huawei cable, charging cable. This is not USB 3.0. This, from what I know, it's USB 2.0, but is able to deliver those 5 amps. That is what makes it special. Sorry about that. And honestly, you can see how thick this thing is. Anyway, let's see how nice it plugs into the purple. So purple goes into purple. Yep, plugs in nicely. It's a bit annoying that I will have a white cable inside the car. I will probably buy a new cable just to have it black, and maybe I will buy a flat one. The flat ones, in my opinion, are a bit better for inside the car, because they bend a little easier. I think I'm going to find the 5 amp one. And anyway, during this video I will also show you that cable that I will buy, and compare it to this cable and see if they deliver the same amount of voltage, and show you how this thing actually looks inside the car, obviously. But just want to add another thing. You have the obvious manual in here. Let's put this back and close this thing up. Voila, and it's closed. I hope. I think. Is it closed? Yeah, it's closed. Again, nice packaging. I want to point out this thing is quite big. So if you are expecting it to be a small device, my wife playing with my daughter, if you hear something weird in the background, this is not a small device. This only pops out about from this point over the socket. So almost all of it fits in the socket, but from here it's outside, so you have something to grab it onto this edge here. You can make a comparison between these two things. This will be twice as tall. I'm not bothered by that, because this thing outputs 2.4 amps, they say. I'm also going to show you in this video how much this actually outputs. This thing should charge way faster, and probably has way more security or safety actually features inside of it. but this is also a good one. I think I have a video for it. I will link it in the description if I remember. Anyway, that's about it, what I can do on the bench, on the workbench. Next thing will be inside the car and see how these things compare using this cable and using the flat cable. So yeah, we will go on from there. Just want to show you something. As you can see, this thing lights up, and the powerful port, the 5 amp one, actually is a bit more lighted up. How you can tell that? How you can say that? But I don't like the fact that this thing doesn't really stay in there. It's really easy for it to wiggle itself out. That's really bad in my opinion. I'm going to test in the socket in the back of my car. Maybe there it stays a bit better, but yeah, I don't like this thing at all. So yeah, let's do some tests with other cables, because with its white one we got let me focus, we got about 4 amps, with this one about 4.5. Sorry for filming vertically, I hope you can actually hear me, but this particular app does not know how to rotate at 90 degrees. So at this point I'm going to plug in the original white Huawei cable and see what we get. As you can see, power connected. And this value should go up and up and up. As you can see, it's starting to jump. 2 amps already. 2.3 amps. 2.8 amps. 3.1. 3.6. Okay, I'm liking what I see. 3.8. 4 amps. This is good charging current. And it seems to have stabilized at 4 amps. And let's plug in the cable and see what we actually get. As you can see, it's 38% charged at this point, so it should take the maximum it can get, in my opinion, at this point. Okay, 1 amp, 1.2, 1.7, okay, 2 amps, 2.4, okay, 2.6, 3 amps, 3.29, 3.7, 3.9, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5, okay, we are getting somewhere at this point. So 4.5 amps through that ribbon cable. Yep, it's a good buy in my opinion. Now let's go for this Aukey charger. It should be able to output 2.4 amps. If we max out at 2 amps, yeah, it's probably true what it says on it. And I'm going to use the original Huawei cable with it. So let's get to it. And after that I'm going to test with the cheapy cable in the, where is it? The Huawei thingy. But again, we are just looking to get at 2 amps. And we are not getting them. This thingy max out at 1.2. So they say on it 2.4, but that's not happening. Maybe it has 2 ports at 1.2 and they added them up or something. So yeah, let's put a bad cable in the Huawei and see what we get. 2.3, yeah, increasing. 2.5, wait, 2.7. I don't know why I said 2, it's 1.5, 1.7, 1.8 at this point. And we are stopping at 1.8. Yeah, I'm guessing it's close enough to the specs. Come on, 1.9. So the phone is not limiting this thing. I think this little adapter is almost at the specs, but just a tiny bit below them. Just wanted to add, if my phone would actually focus on what it should, there isn't enough light in here, this thing plugs in and stays in. As you can see, it's there, doesn't move anywhere, so I need to pull on it on the edges to get it out. So for fitment, this Aukey is tons better than the Huawei. This little thing here, way better in fitment than this thing that just doesn't stay where you plug it in. I don't know why they used such glossy materials, although these guys also used glossy materials, but this thing stays in place. I think it actually latches with this, and the Huawei doesn't have anything to latch in place. That's just plain stupid. I'm going to scratch this with a file and see if that helps, I don't know, grip onto the edges. Hopefully it does. If not, I will be quite annoyed by a really bad product design. I'm sure this is what keeps this thing really tight in there. It actually latches onto the socket. The socket has something down there that your lighter actually latches onto. Let me just quickly show you. This thingy right there. That's what the lighter latches with, so they copied that onto the Aukey, but Huawei weren't smart enough for that. So let's plug these two in and into the phone and see what we actually get. This is the lowest value that we got. So don't try to use a powerful adapter with a cheap cable or a weak cable. You will not get anything out of that adapter. A cheaper adapter with a really good cable seems to be a way better combination. Yeah, not liking what I see. So this particular cable limits even that weaker Aukey adapter most likely. Okay, so as you can see, I made some marks on these metal contacts. Yeah, managed to even scratch the plastic a tiny bit. I don't really care. I used the file to do this, and hopefully now it latches in place way better than it did before. So let's see. And it actually does. You can see I cannot push it. It's in and it stays in. Let me try and get it out. It stays in almost a bit too well from what I see at this point. Yeah, this thing isn't moving at all. So that's done, and I can say this thing is quite nice, but yeah, if the socket you are plugging this into it's a bit older. Now I cannot get it out anymore. Let me go around it. Yeah, maybe I was a bit too cheerful with those marks that I made. So if you have an older socket which is a bit worn, this might not really stay in place too well, so you might need to do something like this, but don't do them as deep as I did, because as you can see, it kind of gets stuck in here. So yeah, anyway, that's about it for this video. This thing is quite powerful, quite big, and yeah, good purchase in my opinion. So thank you very much for watching. As always, see you maybe, if you want, in the next one. Bye.